the volume.
Turn up the volume.
You've arrived at the destination for all things Kentucky. This is the Bleed Blue Network Podcast.
What's up, Big Blue Nation? Welcome back to another episode of the Bleed Blue Network Podcast. I am Paul, joined by Kyndall, and today on the show we have one of the smallest members of the football team here. I'm actually impressed that he's a Division I athlete because he's undersized and manages to still get out there. Keeshawn Silver, what's up, man?
Good evening.
Hello, Clarice.
Hello, everybody.
It was fun because you were just sitting here listening to Caddis, and you kind of got to see a little bit about what the show could actually be like. But now you're in the hot seat. Are you nervous? Are you ready to go? Never nervous. Talk to us. We'll kick it off with a little bit of football first before we get into some shenanigans. Obviously, you're coming into your second year here at Kentucky. Came from North Carolina, highly touted. Everybody's really excited when you got here. What do you think the biggest shift is from this offseason going into this season with Kentucky?
That's a good question. Coming from North Carolina, coming off a banged up body, not playing as much, to coming into the SEC, getting a lot of snaps. I think the biggest thing this offseason was to take accountability of the things that I could have done, rehab my body more. So this offseason, I really worked hard on my body and just learning more football, because coming from the ACC, the SEC is a big jump. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you look like you've put on a little muscle.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little. He walked in here. I was like, what the shit? Who are you? Who's this? What's kind of that process been like for you to add, the muscle and the weight and everything like that over this offseason?
It's been pretty easy, I kind of feel like when you start taking accountability of your body and taking details of what you want to do, it's going to be easy when you lock in on it. So.
What was it like? Obviously, you were a really highly touted recruit, and then you're at Kentucky, and we haven't got a ton of guys that are like you. What was that whole process like going through? Getting recruited and having a ton of schools, look at you and want you to come play football for them.
It's hard because at the end of the day, you got to go to one school. So I mean, when it comes down to the top schools, you kind of just look at the little things, like who he's developed. How he coaches, how's the school, right. You know what I mean? So I think that was probably the biggest thing coming to Kentucky, a coach that's going to push me to get where I want to go, so.
It probably didn't hurt that there was another big dude that was going to play right next to you, right?
Yeah, and it felt good right there. it's I forgot who told me this the other day. That was Keeshawn 6'5", 320, and somebody's bigger than him.
Yeah.
Deion's huge.
Yeah,
so.
Deion's is he 6'7"?
6'8", maybe,
6'8".
I don't know. Skyscraper.
We gotta look it up. But looking at in this season and the defensive line is probably the most talented I've ever seen at Kentucky, and y'all are big. What's it like kind of coming in here now with expectation? People are saying that you guys might be the best defensive line in the SEC, which that's a compliment and a half to you guys and your work ethic. How do you guys feel with that expectation going into the season?
I mean, it feels good, man, but every day we got a chip on our shoulders. So, I mean, we got to come to work like we're the best D-line or the worst D-line. So, at the end of the day, we just, got to live up to the standard that we put in front of ourselves. So,
it says Deion's smaller, 6'6", 345.
That's cap. Real cap.
So you're a little close, right?
Yeah.
Not as bad.
Yeah.
So we've talked a lot about how you'd kind of talked about the coaching staff and stuff like that, but also a lot of the older players kind of showing those leadership attributes and kind of honing in on those younger guys to kind of show them the ropes, really foster the family and the environment going into camp and season. How has that affected you this past off season?
That's a good question. When you see the younger guys come in, it's like I was in those footsteps, so right. It's like, okay, we got Jason Mill, B-Rob, and the other guys, how can I influence them to get through camp or get through practice and how to learn the game? So I kind of think us as older guys, we've been there looking at film, after hour studies and stuff like that. So I think, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
What's it like, playing with like next to some of these guys now. You guys are an older group, a lot of experience, but also knowing that you've got a really, really good group behind you. As a defensive lineman, does that take a little pressure off, every snap saying, hey, I need to add a lot of pressure, but now knowing that you've got guys behind you that can, ball hawk and really take care of it from the back end?
Yeah, I mean, it feels good. I think the biggest thing, like, having depth is a big thing for especially the D-line. Because when you go against school at tempo, you might just need a sub or so. So I think having a lot of depth is good.
That's a nice way of saying Tennessee.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say no names, but
that was a nice way of throwing that at. Yeah, annoying school. Because we've been talking to a couple other guys, right? Like, in knowing you have that depth, it really the biggest differences come October, right, where your body feels fresher. When you're looking at that from that perspective, does it change how you prepare going into the season, knowing that my body might not take as big of an abuse and I can like pace myself a little bit more? Does that play into it at all, or is it just kind of go balls to the wall?
Just go, really. You just never know how the week looks, like you just never know. So I just think just go hard every week, really. So
on the D line, who is the best NCAA 25 player?
Looking at him. Looking at him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
See, have you guys done any like little tournaments or anything? Or
not yet, but I think we're going to do something in camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Afari said he was the best player on the team. Kata said, hell no. Where do you stand on that one?
Absolutely not. I'm gonna keep it clean, no cursing for me. But absolutely not.
Have you played a lot?
Yeah, I've been playing. I've been playing since it came out. I've been playing with some of my buddies from back home, so it's been fun.
Is it like really like seeing your name on a video?
It's weird, bro.
So surreal.
It's like you can do that. I think like a couple of years ago I did it on Madden, but it's like a fake roster, bro.
Right?
Actually, be real in it. It's kind of cool.
So like, because now you can do. I think it was like one of the modes where you can like take yourself and like progress.
Yeah.
And go to that.
Yeah, that's cool. That is cool.
Are you gonna do that?
Yeah, I'm a quarterback right now. Living my fake journey. But
so if you were not a defensive lineman, is quarterback what you would play?
Maybe. Yeah.
How you got a good arm?
No, I don't. I'm a good scrambler though. I'll be icky. Yeah.
I'm not running against this guy. Just watch him scramble around. He'd be like, "Hey, coach, I was playing with myself on NCAA 25. I think it'd be all right.
Yeah.
I think I'd be all right in a package." Could you imagine if they lined him and Deion in like the backfield on like, 3rd and 1 at the goal line?
Yeah, like some Clemson type stuff. Back when who was that? Wilkins.
Yeah, Wilkins, or the fridge back with the Bears back in the day, the refrigerator pair. Have you guys ever talked about doing anything like that?
We have, but
he's to get shot down.
I think we're just keeping it in ourselves, right now. But
I think you should drop a line. I think it'd be great.
I think we should.
I mean, it would be. You know what the crowd would do if they saw you guys line up in the backfield?
Yeah.
It would be nuts.
It's gonna be crazy.
No one's stopping you, right?
I just want to block for him.
Oh, you want to block?
Yeah, let Deion run. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, I heard Deion can catch. He almost spit his gum out. That's not true.
Nah.
I heard rumblings that I was like, oh yeah, they could line him up at like on the goal line. He'd go get the ball.
I mean, I think he need to answer that himself. I might say something. He might say something. So I'll just leave it blank.
We know Weaver can catch because he's got a couple picks. You guys just hit people and then create the picks. That was actually might be one of the craziest plays I've ever seen from a defensive lineman last year. Was when Walker hit that Florida guy and ended his life.
That was crazy, bro. We that whole week of practice, bro. Scout team was on 10, the wide receiver was on 10, and it was like, yeah, I'm gonna hit somebody. Or he's telling me either hit somebody or get a pick, and that hit was crazy. I was like,
I don't know what I was cheering more for, the pick, and then I was like, wait, what happened? We got that ball. This is crazy. Coming into obviously the season, a lot of expectation. For you personally, what's kind of something that you want to see yourself achieve going into your second season at Kentucky?
It's I have a long list of things I want to achieve, but the main one is probably becoming a more vocal leader. Because like coming into a new program, you're kind of in the shadows. Other people trying to figure out how do they move around. So I think this coming up season is becoming a more vocal leader, and also just play the game better. Because I got my feet wet now, so just go.
That's I think that leads to maybe like a little follow up there. What is the number one lesson you learned from last year to this year that's going to benefit you? Obviously, it's a different animal kind of playing in the SEC when you kind of come into it.
Just taking I think the thing that changes from this year to last year, just taking more taking more details of, just little things, like reading the offensive line better, how could I prep myself better for the next week, So I think that's probably the biggest thing that's going to hold me accountable this year.
Whenever you came to the SEC, what was your first moment where you were like, okay, like I'm in the SEC, like this is a totally different experience than ACC?
Probably week 1 when I got that TFL and the crowd was just rumbling. I was like, man, this is definitely ain't the ACC, because just how the the BBN Nation, just how they're so involved with the team, you know, and off a little TFL like that, how they were just so hyped, man. That was like, dang, I'm in the SEC for real. So.
Yeah. Do you feed off that atmosphere of like Kroger and stuff? Yeah,
it's like when the crowd's hot at the beginning of the game, you can't hear one call. You gotta, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think BBN was pretty lit that game, man.
Yeah,
so.
for sure.
I'm not gonna lie. I was actually really impressed with our fan base at a 12:00 game against Florida.
Yeah,
that
was crazy.
Yeah, it's a little different at night still, but I mean, the night game against Florida.
Unmatched.
3 years ago.
Unmatched.
That's like, it's just a bunch of drunk rednecks, man. We hit different when they drink. When you're kind of preparing for a team, what's kind of your weekly process? You come off the field and now you're getting ready for the next opponent. What's that week look like for you?
You talking about Monday through?
Yeah. Okay. Like, you just finished the game Saturday. You walk off the field. Kind of what's that preparation like? Starting from game over Saturday to game on the next Saturday. Okay,
I'm gonna start from Saturday. So Saturday, I probably continue to keep watching the game that I just played Saturday. Sunday, might watch the game that I just played again. Probably Saturday night, I'll move on to the next team. I just want to critique myself for what I could have did better. So that Sunday, I'm going to look at the next opponent. Monday morning, going to get like a little write-up sheet of each lineman or whatever, and then pretty much do that every day. Probably do some walkthroughs, watch a lot of film. So that's pretty much it.
What do you enjoy the most about playing on the defensive line?
It's a lot. I just think making tackles, making big plays, because offensive line, they don't really get as much notoriety as we do. So I think making as much plays and just hearing your name getting called is probably the funniest thing right now.
I literally just lost my train of thought. I had a really good question, too.
Is that exhaustion just kick it in?
It is from last night. I'll think of it here in like 2 minutes, I'm sure.
You really? You just need an injection of caffeine or something like that?
No, not another injection today. No.
I just triggered her a little bit from the injection. Oh my gosh. Comment. Going into this season, what's kind of the biggest improvement you've seen on the offensive side of the ball? You're going against these guys in practice. You went against them last year, this year. What's kind of something that you've seen a little bit different that maybe has surprised you going into this camp?
They're being more vocal. I think from my experience of seeing them from this year to last year, I think they're communicating better and playing as one, because everybody can't play for themselves. So I think on the O-line for this year, I think they've been playing together as one. And I think they're going to, shock the world with the things they're going to do. They've been playing really good.
Well, I like that. What would be your walk-up song?
Okay. Where we at though?
Anywhere, walk-up song. Whether it's if they're announcing let's say you were in the NFL and they how they announce everyone individually, or if you were going to play baseball, what's that walk-up song? That's just going to get you
pumped.
Yeah.
Come back to me on that one. I'm gonna give you one.
Okay. All right, that's fair.
Okay, I remembered my question. So whenever you're like, I literally cannot look at another thing, football, what do you enjoy outside of football to do?
I like to fish. I kind of found when I got to Kentucky, some new things to do that I couldn't do at home. And I think probably fishing occasionally was probably one. Yeah. I could fish a lot at home, but, fishing up here. Probably just visit the town, just ride around. Yeah. Other than that, I'm probably at home, relaxing, chilling.
Yeah, I don't blame you. You all have we've discovered rednecks who love fishing,
on
hunting.
This team. Yeah, it's like everybody seems like fishing is the thing, which kind of caught me off guard a little bit. I love to fish. I haven't fished in a long time, but I actually have a thing about fishing in freshwater.
Wow.
I don't like it.
Me neither.
I like saltwater.
Saltwater, yeah.
Yeah,
we talking.
It's way different when you can catch something that could, like, you never know. It's like Russian roulette with your life. What am I pulling out of here?
What am I gonna pull?
It's like, it's a crappie. It's a bluegill. It's like, oh, look at this thing. It's a squirrel fish. What's that thing? Touch it.
Yeah.
See what happens. Touch that thing. Catch an eel. Catch a sea snake. Catch a shark.
Catch a shark is crazy.
I caught a shark several years ago. And it's a bitch of the ocean. It's a nurse shark, right? But dragging a 300-pound animal up from 150 feet was no joke.
That's impressive.
I was in shape that time, and the guy was the captain of the boat was like 6'4", big beard, big guy. Listened to the Moana soundtrack. It was wild. And he said I caught the biggest fish in the ocean, the bottom, and I was just like, nah. Okay. And then the mate said it's probably like a 50-pound grouper. At that time, I could bench 315 for like 6.
Okay.
I was like, I said, this isn't 50 pounds.
Yeah.
Comes out as like a 6-foot nurse shark. It was big. I was pretty excited. The hook came out. It was all bent, but I got the hook clean came out. So it was pretty exciting experience for me after I got the line broke 4 times over there, because I probably caught some actually like really cool sharks that like snapped the line. But anyway, you said you like to fish. What's kind of the craziest thing you've ever caught?
A dirty trash bag from the city lake. Dirty trash bag from the city lake at home.
Dirty trash bag.
It was heavy too. I'm like, okay, I got a big one, big old catfish. Willing in. I'm like, okay. Got my boy helping me, so I don't break the rod. Wheel it up. I'm like, bro, I know there ain't no trash bag, bro. Walked off depressed, man. So,
I'm going home.
Yeah.
I'm done. No more fishing today. You probably just felt bad that you felt you got punked by the bag.
I got punked bad.
It was probably like the bag's bobbing and stuff.
Bro, it was just moving. I'm like, okay, this is big boy. I wheel this thing in. I'm like, I know there ain't no trash bag, bro. I know it ain't, bro. So.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow, that's actually one of the best fishing stories I think I've heard.
Do you have like a favorite place that you like to fish? Now you said freshwater, but or saltwater, not freshwater.
Not really. Just pretty everywhere.
Wherever.
Yeah.
What was something that you would have wanted to be if you were not playing football?
NBA player. No question.
All right, so you heard Caddis talk shit about playing how good he was at basketball.
His ass sucked. He sucked.
He's right back under the train now.
And Caddis goes right back.
Right at the bottom.
He can't mess with me, man. No.
Did you play a lot in high school?
Yeah.
Would you ever think about playing in college?
I did. I had a couple scholarships, like 2-3 scholarships. That's little. So, I mean, I thought about it, but I was like, I was hooping at the YMCA one day, and I was talking to this guy. He was like, bro, you ever think you playing the NBA? I said, yeah, why not? He said, bro, you're too little. Stick to football. I'm like, looked at the roster, Stephen Curry, 6'4". I said, yeah, I ain't going to make it. Yeah. He going to cook me. Easy. So.
Do you still play a lot now? Or
occasionally. I played a lot of intramural when I was back home, but I just gave it up. I ain't give it up. I just stopped playing.
It's so much better than running on a treadmill or up a hill, which you guys do. It's not. What's your least? When I asked anybody, what is your least favorite off-season workout that you have to do? We have not asked anybody this question, by the way. So this is your first, I
don't even everything. I'm messaging. Sometimes maybe heels. Heels can get rough sometimes. I'll do it though, but. Heels probably. Many Hills got a bad story.
Would you fall up?
Nah, I ain't fall up.
Fall down?
Nah, almost, but you know. I ain't giving it up though.
Bro, I would fall up the hill, all right?
I
would be the guy that would fall up the hill. Trust me. I don't like I tell the story. If you see me running, you should run too, because something's probably really dangerous.
Yeah, facts.
Do you have like a go-to pregame food that you enjoy?
Not really.
Whatever.
Not really.
It depends what time it is. If it's an early game, probably just a banana. Some water.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how you operate on that.
If it's an early game?
I'll probably go crazy after the game. Couple wings. Yeah, I'd be drained out there.
Do you have a favorite? Oh, I heard you like wings. That was, Where's your favorite wing? So I love wings, by the way. I will have to at some point. I will make wings and I'll get them to you. I will tell you what I do. All right. So I brine them.
Okay.
And then I will spin them in a dry rub, let them sit for a little bit, get kind of in there. Then I will smoke them, and then I make a homemade bourbon buffalo sauce.
Really?
Yeah, I can make it hot, and then I might add a little like a little Sweet Baby Ray's and just give it a little bit more sweetness. So I'll do 2. I'll spin them and then grill them.
I think we need to have a cook-off, bro.
I'm here for it, man.
Let's go.
It's I love, and then my wife will make homemade ranch. To dip them in.
Dill pickle type.
I like that a lot. She doesn't like pickle anything, but like I would like that. So have you had the dill pickle hot sauce?
No, I have not. I didn't even know that existed.
Oh,
fire!
Bro. Oh, God. So like I try, like you won't know this. I try to eat healthy, but then like I have children and it doesn't succeed. But like I'll make like a rice bowl with like some avocado and rice and ground turkey. You put that on top. Oh my God,
Fire!
So I love it. I haven't made it with. I haven't made like try to make a sauce with it or anything, but it's really good just kind of by itself. It's hard to find though.
Yeah. I never heard of it.
Yeah, it's a Mike's, I think, hot sauce. So it's just I don't see it on the shelf anywhere. I have to buy it on Amazon.
Okay.
So but yeah, man, I love especially when it gets a little bit cooler, smoking meat, beef ribs, brisket, all that stuff. It's why you went from looking like you, just a lot shorter, probably a little stronger.
Okay.
And then COVID hit, and all we did was eat and drink all the time. And I went from this beautiful dad bod that you see now. But yeah, man, brisket and everything. It's great. I love it. But wings, man,
It's all good. You be back soon. COVID gone now, so.
But then I got kids.
Oh man.
But I got a 4.5-year-old, I got a 20-month-old, and I got a 3 weeks old
Dad bod 2.0.
Yeah, exactly. Like yesterday, I was gonna get up. I was gonna go. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start. We could get up, go to the gym, and I walk in the living room. My wife's sleeping in the lazy boy
Recliner.
like mom recliner that she has. She slept there all night. She's like, I got no sleep. So I take the baby and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get her dressed and change. And next thing you know, and so I'm like, I don't have the heart to wake her up. So I let her sleep for like 2 hours and make sure the kids don't wake her up and everything. And then before you know it, I'm over here doing Jim was out, and then they cry, Daddy, where are you going? And I'm soft, right? They break me. Yeah. So this is what you see. Now it's just cheeseburgers for life.
All good.
So I kind of asked my question already. Before we wrap up, I'll let you answer. He knows what's coming now because you asked Caddis.
No, nobody. No.
You don't have to ask.
No,
nobody.
No,
nobody's dating your sister on the team. You got the B-Rob answer.
I got the everyday look, so I know how they are. So I know how I would be. And no,
is there anybody that would be like no?
Maxwell Harrison. No.
That's like what, maybe 4 for him?
That's 3 for him, yeah.
So he's kind of up there too.
Him and Barry on I think are tied now for like
absolutely not. Capital N on that not to.
So nobody on your team that date your sister, huh?
No.
I kind of feel like the ones that say this are ones who actually have sisters.
Yeah.
The other ones, they may not have a sister. I feel like they don't know.
No.
How many sisters do you have?
0. No, I'm just trying to live it.
Everything I just said.
Yeah. My future daughter falls in the same category of this. Yeah. I'll tell you that the girl dad shit hits way different when you become. Now I got a girl dad of 2. I'm
2.0.
like, yeah, man. I'm really just. I got to start shooting bull tests and start like getting. I got to. I'm gonna look like him when I'm 50.
Come on now.
This is what I got to do, man. You gotta wait for all those other boys that come in. They might be bigger than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might.
Not you.
I might go vegan one day, lose everything. Might, you just never know.
I feel like that's not something you're ever gonna do.
Give up the wings.
Yeah, I can do that. Get some mushroom wings.
Stop.
That's what the vegan people do.
Yeah, but that's not what. Have you had a mushroom wing?
No.
It might be good. Yeah, it might be. Hey, like I'm gonna go vegan. I get these mushrooms. You hit it one time, he's gonna be like, nah, I'm good.
Never mind.
I'm out. This is never happening. Keeshawn, man, we really appreciate you jumping on and chatting with us. Best of luck this season, and we'll be cheering you on.
Appreciate that.
Thanks everyone for listening. Go Big Blue.
Thanks for joining joining us on another episode of the Bleed Blue Network podcast. We hope you enjoyed diving deep into the world of Kentucky sports with us. Don't forget to stay connected by following us on Twitter at BleedBNation. Your feedback means the world to us. So take a moment to leave a review. Not only does it help us improve, but it also helps others discover the show. Until next time, keep cheering, keep listening, and keep bleeding blue.